over here.
I,
I knew we were
My
live.
son came
I
in and
mean,
said,
Glenn,
"Hey,
you're
something
getting it
happened
from
to me."
Willow. You're getting it from Sarah. Come on.
Yeah.
That's
Give
right.
me some
You
grace.
know, he
Give me
surrounds
All
himself
grace.
with powerful women. It's
I
a
do.
choice that he
I
makes in
do.
his life.
I do. I 100% do. I believe in my powerful women. I also believe in my man Alexander Gonzalez, who's been hanging out in the world, and he's got some additional feedback. People are probably like, "Oh yeah, the video's gone, the video's froze, video." No, he's not gonna share all those things. Alexander, what's going on out there?
Wake up. What's up, guys? Good morning. Alexander Gonzalez coming to you live from St. Petersburg, Florida. And guys, LinkedIn is the winner again today. So Facebookers, I'm needing to see more comments from you because you LinkedIners are slaying. And over on Twitter, I've seen Christina Howard slay all day, and Candice. Also, Candice, I saw your tweet, the hashtag Rise and Grind, and I retweeted it. But to kind of point on to what Glenn had said, in Florida, winter has arrived. We're a high at 70 today. And so I just wanted to show everyone what a true Florida winter getup is. You have your sweater, and then you have your bathing suit, because that's how we roll in Florida. We only need to warm up our top half. And so
Oh
I'm still
my
waiting for...
goodness! I cannot believe you just did that.
All right, listen. I will say that I did one of these shows and I was running late and I ran down and I realized I had not put on my shorts yet. And so I was sitting here, boxers half down. So this joke has been really funny for me because I did that.
Oh, I love it.
But okay, so but this is every day I have shorts on under. It's just what's happening. Okay, guys, so here we go. So obviously we have the good mornings. Obviously we have the happy birthday Willows, which, by the way, the women are loving Willow's strength. And we actually have someone, you know what? I love this quote that Christina Howard, she put this both on Facebook and over on Twitter. There's no easy path. It's not the destination that matters. It's the journey. Glenn Lundy. I love that she quoted that. That's powerful. Jeannie Snyder Chamberlain says that Willow is a force. Natasha Smith, she will be heard. Yes, a truth teller. Tarika Simon says girls are a mess. And for sure, truth tellers. Right on, Sarah. Dr. Jamesia said something that I think was very insightful. Listen, adulting is hard. It is not for the faint of heart. Hang in there, bro. Willow is so special. Happy birthday to you, Willow. If adulting's hard and you got a tough cookie like Willow, you know she's going to slay. Over on LinkedIn, the musical artist was really making waves. Jacqueline Underwood said, girl, you got me going over here. I love reading these things. This makes me laugh because I feel like I give a little bit of toot. I talk on my neck too when y'all say it. Mariana Thomas said, I'm going to lift you higher. I'm here for it. Tarika Simons, thank you for bringing the beautiful voice to the stage. Our God is awesome. Don't stop believing in you, Anisa, says Natasha Smith. And Dr. Stephanie Paisley Henry says, he reigns and he reigns. R-E-I-G-N-S and R-A-I-N-S. I love that. I've not heard that before. Beautiful lyrics and voice. So people are excited. People are loving the musical guests. And they love today that the musical guest brought us a little Jesus. We got a little Jesus this morning, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good morning, Alexander. Scott Simons, he was coming for you. You better
Amazing,
take that mic and claim your title.
I know. I mean, that's pretty good. Those legs are on fire, on point.
Oh, I mean, those are my gift. My hair and my legs, not gonna lie.
Although the ratings are probably going to continue to drop if he and I keep showing our legs, I will say that. But we need a different strategy here, or maybe Marvin, can save us. But what great energy Alexander always brings. We sincerely appreciate the support out there. Your comments is what keeps us going, even on the days we're human too, that we may not want to put a smile on our face. So we read them, we see them, continue to comment, continue to message us. We sincerely appreciate it. We appreciate
And
it.
Alexander, I have a question for you. Oh, your alarms, cello time.
That's actually leave the house for school. Cello was 5 minutes ago. I'm not kidding about my alarms. They tell me to do everything. Go ahead.
I love it. So I have a question for you. No, someone other than me pinned the YouTube link in the clubhouse room this morning. And I'm just curious if we're getting any more comments on YouTube today. I've had some people tell me they're watching on YouTube. Could you let us know for the next time you check in what the YouTube comments are looking like?
That's a great question. And I'll tell you, I have gone on YouTube in the past, and because I wasn't getting too much, or at least not live, I haven't. But if you guys want to really get shouted out, this is what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I will focus my energy on YouTube. So listen, Christina Howard, listen, Dr. Jamesia, listen, Jackie Underwood, all my queens that always post. Let's go over to YouTube and let's blow YouTube
And let's try
up.
it. Yeah, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's get some. I want to see all the platforms. I want the battle of the platforms. So you're like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter. I'm like, I think we're on YouTube because it's pinned in the room. So I wanna get YouTube in there.
I'm here for it.
And I don't know. Someone was telling me maybe we could talk to Glenn Lundy about maybe some kind of giveaway for who's commenting on platforms. Maybe have that come into #Rise and Grind.
See, I surround myself by these incredibly powerful women, and somehow every single one of them cost me money. I don't know what it is, but every single one. There goes Sarah.
Glenn Lundy, you don't have T-shirts. You don't have cereal boxes with your face on them. You don't have all those things just hanging around. Plus, I know how much you love this audience. You probably be giving them away anyway.
Hey, every single one of those things cost me money. I'm just saying, every one of them. No, I'm kidding. Yes, we are going to be doing some things, some giveaways. We're going to be moving the needle over on the YouTube side. We think that this could be, YouTube could be a powerful platform for us to be able to reach and engage you in a with this long form style show. So super excited about that. Alexander, I love you.
You know what we should do, Glenn? We should get a YouTube influencer as the guest and then blow up YouTube with them having one of the guests on here. I know you got friends with YouTube influence, bro. I know you can make that happen.
No, we got a couple, right? We got a couple. That's a great idea, Alexander. I think that we should do that. We should grab some of these YouTubers that are out there killing the game. So you, once again, with a brilliant idea, that's what you do. Thanks for staying over past your alarms as we had a little bit of technical difficulties today. We'll see you back here a little bit later, maybe. I'm not sure where we're at on the schedule now, but I love you, my
tomorrow.
man.
I'll be back tomorrow, so I'm excited.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Alexander Gonzalez. Thanks for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my man, Alexander Gonzalez. And thanks for hanging with us this morning as we've had a couple little technical difficulties. Man, I got to tell you, a while back, I met this guy named Daniel Linares. And Daniel he's just really a special human. We could go through his bio. We could talk about his DJ company. We could talk about the way he's making an impact in schools all around New York City. We could talk about all of those things, but I'd rather just talk about the fact that I met this guy, and him and we just kind of hit it off, and we developed a friendship. And fast forward, we've done things for each other, one another with digitally. And then fast forward, we were in New York City with like 24-hour countdown, and we needed a DJ to be able to put on a show for us at the last Breakfast with Champions event. And it coming through in the clutch, my man Daniel showed up, and not only did he put on an incredible show, but he just really took the level of our event to the next. And so I'm excited to introduce Mr. Daniel Linares to you here in just a second, as we have him on today's #Rise and Grind Spotlight. That is powerful, valuable stuff. Daniel, what are you doing, my man? How are you?
Glenn Lundy, good morning. I can't help but picture you in like a mink jacket, walking the runway, just making the magic happen at the Breakfast with Champions in New York. So excited to be here. Good morning, everybody.
Well, you were a big part of making that magic happen, which we greatly appreciate. What a fun event that was, man. What a fun event that was. So, Daniel, so that those that don't know you as well, obviously you I shouldn't say throw parties, because that's not the right. You're a professional. You're not just out there throwing parties, but you put together some of the biggest events all around New York City. And during this pandemic, as things kind of shut down, you pivoted and are doing some really cool things in the schools. And so I'd love for people to know a little bit about that, what you do in that sense, and how you made that pivot this season.
Yes, sure. So good morning, everybody. Scott, Sarah, Candice, Lolita, Marvin, Alexander, who showed the legs. I saw Glenn's reaction. Alexander showed the legs, and that was a surprise, wasn't it? Well, good morning, everybody. It's really great to be here. My name's Daniel. I'm born and raised in New York, and actually recently got a place not too far from Alexander down in Sarasota, but in New York right now. And for the last 10 plus years, I've had a production company that we produced events for weddings, corporate events, the entertainment side, and the technology side. When the pandemic happened, the entire world, live event world, completely shut down. Actually, Glenn and I even had an event that we were going to collaborate on together, and all of our plans changed. And so we said, what can we do to take the resources and the skills that we have and apply it to an industry that really needs it? So we thought of the kids, we thought of the schools, and we reached out to New York City schools. And very quickly said, look, we want to help. We know you have some needs around live events, graduations. How can we help? How can we help? And to fast forward through a very long story, we've done a lot of events, several hundred events for New York City schools last year, even more so this year, or even more so in I forgot, we're in the new year already. 2020 is when we started. We did some more in 21, and we're just continuing to serve and continuing to help the kids celebrate their journey in school, and really putting a really nice bow on the final memories of where they spent their time in education and where they're headed next.
I love it, Daniel. I really, really do. I love how you guys made that shift. My question to you is, as things start to transition back, and we are starting to do more live events. I'm at a big event here today in Florida. As we're starting to do more, do you think that what you guys put together over the last 2 years, do you think that that's still going to be more of the norm, or do you think what do you think? Like, are you going to have to repivot the pivot, or how's it looking?
Right. Yeah, it's I think Tony Robbins says it, that the more you could embrace the uncertainty of life, the more possibility there is. So we're really just keeping several highways open in our mind of how we can help, how we can serve. I think these schools have discovered this new level of possibility, this new level of reach, right? Grandma or uncle or even parents that are in other countries are still able to tune in, which used to not really be a thing prior to the pandemic.
True.
And so we had some really cool analytic reach where I think it was something like 80 countries, 250 plus cities around the world in just really every country you could think of. So just the inclusion of being able to say, you know what, I can't believe Grandma was able to see little Willow's graduation, how special that was, and they're in Japan. So I think there's going to be some schools that are going to want to keep up this hybrid component. And Glenn, you're probably seeing the same thing with live events in the business world, in the entrepreneurial space. It's like we are gonna now, we could do it in person, but what about the people that maybe can't reach? How can we have a collaborative experience there? And so I do think there's still a lot of time of figuring out and what that's going to look like, but it's just going to be continue to serve and to help where we can.
Yeah, man. And it's definitely an interesting point, right? We've looked at things a little bit differently now. It's like, okay, so before when we did events, we just tried to get everybody to the event. Now it's like, what is that extra layer where we can get more reach, make bigger impact, go on a global scale, but yet make sure that we're delivering a quality product to them as well, right? You don't want everybody who was on site to be like, it was awesome. And then everybody in the virtual world to be like, dude, that was boring. It sucks. And so it's like trying to find that middle ground to make sure that you're over delivering on the experience every single time, which is something that you were a master at. I'm assuming I haven't seen any of your school stuff yet, but I know prior to that, you were definitely a master at delivering over-the-top experiences. Where did that part of you come from? Like, did you have a mentor? Did you have an experience? Like, why is it that you want to create and have created such over-the-top experiences for people?
Yeah, I guess as I've learned through these different personality type profiles, I'm somebody that just likes to help people. I like to make Glenn Lundy look like the man when he's walking down the runway. I think Sara walked down the runway as well, and I'm not sure if Scott did. Scott, I can't remember if you put on a jacket or an outfit, but like I love to.
I think Scott was
to just
sitting
bring
there laughing at all of us. I think, if I remember,
he was recording the whole thing. He probably has the entire show like on his phone. But no, like there's something
But
about.
dude, you did
Sorry.
workouts, you did the party, you did the fashion show, you did all of it. I mean, we couldn't have done it without you. And we can't say enough times, like you stepping in on that event, like it just completely changed the experience. And I'm so grateful.
Appreciate
that. You did
that.
it at the last minute.
No, and you know, the customer experience is something. I mean, it was extra special because I said, "Oh, Glenn and the crew are coming into the city where I was born," and you know, I said to myself, "All right, what can I do to pour in?" I know, Sara, we were talking about how I can help, and there was, you know, we have this event and we have this event, but you know, I came with the capacity to handle anything, and we had some curveballs and make it happen, and we make it look like it was meant to be. And I was happy and pleased with the outcome. And I guess to answer your question, Glenn, the kind of part of me that I think has led me to where I am today is being fired up by caring for others is something that I was able to like learn over the journey. It's like, okay, customers can pay me and I can do something special that's going to be a memory for them for years to come. I mean, let's look at the Breakfast with Champion events that happened in New York. You guys reached out to me. I said, I need to just over deliver. I want it to be an experience for people to remember. And I'm glad it was a positive experience. And so it's nice that in my line of work with producing events, it's the people side, but it's also how can we make an impact where people are just talking about this the following week, the following month, the following year, and years to come. And it's sort of this exciting fire inside of me that makes life exciting, right? We like to serve and give people value in the format of Breakfast with Champions and as speakers or as coaches, but it's just so inspiring to help people over the long term just by one impactful event that happened in say New York.
Yeah, man, I am 100% aligned with that. I've got one last question for you, and then I'm going to toss you over into the hot seat with the with the rest of the crew, so they can throw a few at you. But the only question I have for you, Daniel, is: were you always this good looking? Is this like a new thing for you? I mean, look at this guy right here. This is a good looking guy. My gosh, man. Your parents must be just absolutely beautiful. Look at this dude.
Boy, oh boy. I have no comment. I have no comment. Thank you, sir. Those of you who are listening to the audio, I'm wearing a hat today just to hide the bad hair day. But thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. I'm just trying to keep up with you with that infectious smile that you have, my friend.
Oh, stop it, man. No, for real, dude. I love you, brother. And I am excited for the days that we have moving forward to continue to do more things together. So, but right
Glenn,
now,
before hot seat, could I do something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
It's your daughter Willow's 8th birthday. Is that right?
It is.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Willow. Happy birthday to you. There we go.
Thank you, sir. I didn't know you could sing too. I didn't know. You're just all the things, bro. All the things. Thank you so much, Daniel. I'm going to shoot you over to the hot seat. That was freaking awesome. Thanks, brother.
You got it, man. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Daniel. This is Scott Simons. Great to see you, brother. Hey,
good to see you, sir.
You are a very authentic, genuine person. Anybody that's ever met you, you radiate an energy about you that you just light up a room. Where did that come from? What is there a parent? Is there a sibling? Is there somebody that mentors you? Where did your positive vibe come from? or is it just natural?
You know, I probably get a lot of it from my mother. She always tries to make people around her feel welcome, feel comfortable. You know, down my personal development journey, I started to like think of why am I the way I am, and what words define me, and who I show up in the interactions that I have. And so, you know, I guess one of the things that has allowed me to, you know, if I was to reverse engineer the authenticity, which sounds like an oxymoron, but like it just comes down to curiosity in the people that I meet and the people that I interact with. So if there's advice that I could give to people who are listening that are trying to figure out how can I connect differently with others, it just doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel authentic, or you know, I'm trying to help Scott, I'm trying to help Sara, or I'm trying to connect with Marvin or Lolita or Anisa. What can I do? And it's just being curious. Like when you and I met, Scott, I was just like curious. I'm like, Scott, like, tell me about you. Like, what's your story? How can I help? How can I serve you? Humans who don't understand the authentic connection piece will always just try to think of how can I get the most out of this for myself, right? How can Scott help me, and how can I leverage Scott? How can I leverage Sara? And the wrong way to do it is that way. And the right way to connect with people and to just hopefully leave a positive impact is to be curious, is to care, is to listen, is to just give without expectation. Because in the law of reciprocity, if you help 100 people, I'm sure a good percentage of those people may help you back without you realizing it. And that's when life becomes magnetic. That's when really great things are drawn to you. So I appreciate the compliment, Scott.
Fantastic.
I'd love to jump in. Look, it's great to meet you, Daniel. And
Hey, Marvin,
I think
pleasure.
you're leaning into the question that I really wanted to ask you, because we had a guest on yesterday, and anyone who's listening to this, I really want you to check that episode out also, Laura. And she spoke about, you know, after the pandemic, what are we actually returning? And I really think that it's something that we should all sort of think about. You know, is the normal you're returning back to the life you actually want? And what you spoke about was in terms of, you know, really getting in touch with people on a deeper level. Is that something that you pulled from some of the things that you did when you had to pivot, like with the work in schools and things like that? Do you know what I mean? Is that something that you're sort of taking forward as you're returning back to your normal?
That's a good question. I mean, the same thing that I think I spoke about with like the one-to-one relationships. It's how can we do that on, you know, when we're producing events for schools. A friend of mine said to me, I said to him, I'm like, hey, I love to speak, and I love the coaching and transformational world, but the pandemic kind of changed that route for stuff that I was working on. But then he said, you're helping tens of thousands of schools. You're caring for them. You're listening to them. You're being curious on how you can serve them and make their life experience better. And so I think the lens in which I'm approaching business, I'm approaching life, I'm approaching myself, what success looks like and what brings fulfillment to my life, I would say is a good summary of those words and how I approach everything. So, you know, I do think it's hard to predict where we're heading. And of course, we all like certainty of this is what's going to happen in 6 months, and therefore I should do X with my business, my career, in my personal life. But I think just being able to be adaptable, like we're going into this coming graduation year with 2 or 3 scenarios that could happen. If one of them is a bulk of it, great. If another one is, great. And so, you know, what was a good reminder from a friend was we're impacting lives. We're being authentic through the productions that we do for these students, for these teachers, for these schools, for their families. And that's fulfilling work. And it was a good reminder, like, Dan, you're still serving, but you're serving in this educational vertical compared to other places like from stages or for entrepreneurs and things of that nature.
No, I love that. Absolutely amazing.
Sorry, yeah, man.
Thanks,
Still
Marvin.
serving. Oh, look, I tried to open the blind so that we could see the sun out there this morning, but now you can't see me. That's all right, as long as you can still hear me, brother. I love your heart. I love your servant heart, and I love how you're talking about being more interested than interesting. Right, that's the key. Let's be more interested than interesting, and you, sir, edify that at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Daniel Linares. Daniel, how can we support you, connect with you? What is the best thing we can do for and with you right now today?
To support me, if you can today do something for a complete stranger or somebody you haven't spoken to in a while that just makes them feel good, which will in turn make you feel good, which will hopefully have them do that to somebody else to just make the world a better place. You can connect with me. My name's Daniel Linares on social, but just push that positive energy forward. You will be blown away with what happens in life in the ways you won't expect it. Glenn Lundy and entire team, thank you for having me, y'all.
I love it, brother. I love it. Yes, go out and do that. And you guys blow Daniel up. Do what we do here on hashtag Rise and Grind. We blow our guests up, let them know that they mean something to us. Thanks for coming, Daniel. I appreciate you so much. Now, we've also got my friend Anisa Fowler. She is here for another incredible song. She's going to be singing covered for us today. And with that, we're going to hand it over to Anisa. Dang, girl, you don't be playing. Oh, hold on. I think there you go. You don't be playing, girl. Wow, that's what's up.
Yes. Mm.
Anisa Fowler. Anisa, where can people connect with you? What's the best way for them to connect?
You all can certainly follow me on Instagram or Facebook, both at Anisa Worships. That's ANISA Worships, WORSHIPS. And there I post lots of stuff. You'll see my kids, my church, everything, anything.
Well, I love that. And in the back, they told me that you had something for the kids as well.
I have something for the kids. Oh, for Willow. Miss Willow. Well, you know what? Daniel came up here and did his smooth situation. So I think I got to do it a little bit more. I think I got to add some color like my jacket for those of you who can see.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. This is for you, Willow. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, sweet Willow.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. She's going to love that. I know she'll be playing that over and over and over. Well, you are amazing. Y'all need to run out. Download Covered by Anisa Fowler. Download Covered by Anisa Fowler. Connect with her at Anisa Worships. It's at Anisa Worships, right? On Instagram.
Yes,
yes. On Instagram. And we'll put that in the title. I'll make sure people get that. And so follow her over there. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. And y'all just remember that God's got you covered in the midst of everything that we're going through right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love your heart, girl. I love your heart. And I appreciate so much that message. I think the world needs more of that message right there. What do y'all think? Y'all agree?
Absolutely and amen. Listen, when you were singing that happy birthday by Stevie, I was over here right with you. So thank you so much for bringing, listen, we are matching color sisters over there. I love it. Thanks for showing up today.
Thank you, Lolita.
Well, you are awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And we've got one more special guest for you today. You didn't even know. You were like, well, we had the musical guest. We had Alexander. We had Ramon. But we have one more for you today. We have the great Kim Walsh Phillips. And this woman right here is killing the game in all things. She's so incredibly smart in the world of business. I've learned so much from her in I think I've had a total of 47 minutes of conversations with Kim Walsh Phillips over the last 12 months. And those 47 minutes have transformed my business and my life. And so I'm excited for her to spend some time with us here today on #Rise and Grind. Kim, how are you?
I am doing so great. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm glad that you feel like it's only been 47 minutes. That means the time between us must fly by.
I agree. And now I thought your last name has 2 L's, doesn't it? I'm only seeing one there. Did I spell that wrong?
It's all good. Yes.
It's not all good. I will fix that right now. There we go. Now it's all good. There we go. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, I just had to make sure. I apologize for that. I have so much respect for you. I would never let your name be spelled wrong on my screen. So, Kim, what do you got for us today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about something that I think a lot of us are struggling with right here. And I got to admit something right up front, and that is I have always been a nerd. I love learning new things, and it lights me up. It fuels me up. Like, I love discovering new treasures that exist in between the pages of books or a blog post, magazine article, a clubhouse room. I love it. It lights me up. And my guess is you are that same way, which is why you are tuning in to Rise and Grind right now. So I want you to take your right hand, no matter where you are right now, on your left shoulder and pat yourself on the back. You are the people that the world needs right now because you're not comfortable in the comfort. You are always seeking more. The problem is when we are in that space, we could sometimes suffer from something called shiny object overdose. All right, so it's SOO. All those who sometimes suffer from the SOO, say I and put it into the chat right now. Yes, I'm guessing my fellow champions, rise and grinders.
I just noticed Glenn
I
put
up
us
in here.
instead of him on screen with you. I'm just saying. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying. I noticed he went to us in the shot, Glenn Lundy.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. Too much information from too many sources means we don't have one clear path when we want to move forward. Imagine going on a road trip and I have this map and this GPS on, and I'm running the ways from my phone, and they're all recommending different directions. Where do I go? I will tend to start spinning, feel overwhelmed, and not clear on where to go next. So I used to subscribe to a ton of things, multiple blogs, multiple podcasts, multiple membership groups, multiple magazines, and I would have this stack of books that I should be reading at any one time. I even bought lots of tickets to different events that I'd have almost every day. There was something else that I could go to. And I got to tell you, the sight of all of it created overwhelm and anxiety for me. I felt like there was so much I needed to do that I couldn't focus. And what's crazy is that I already have so much going on in my company at any one time. In fact, Inc. magazine has named us one of the fastest growing companies in the US multiple years in a row. So I know we're doing something. We're busy. Why did I find that need to consume so much more content? My guess is you might have that sometimes too. So I'm going to give you a couple quick tips on how to clear out the space and give yourself a path of how you can limit the amount of things you consume and actually use more of them as you execute. So to clear things up, here is a declutter plan for 2022 to help you get more done every single day. Number one, make sure the guru or tribe leader you're listening to has accomplished the thing in their life you want to accomplish. So much so that you would be willing to trade places with them on the thing you are asking for advice on. There are a lot of things in business you want to ask me for advice on, but you do not want to ask me for advice on anything with making dinner, because unless it's calling up DoorDash or putting something in the microwave, I am not your go-to. We have to look at who we ask for advice for on the certain topics we go. We're not going to stop at Starbucks and ask them what might be wrong with our car. You focus on the leaders giving you the information that have actually accomplished the thing you want to do. Dan Kennedy was one of my earliest mentors, amazing for marketing. The man professes on a daily basis how much he hated digital marketing. So when I was to grow my digital agency, I wasn't going to go to him for advice. All right, for me, number two, it's got to be more than theoretical. I'm someone who wants to take fast action. So I'm not consuming content that's just going to give me theory. I want action steps that I can take to actually execute on the advice that's being given. Strategy number three, I want them to charge me. What? Yes, I know myself. If I am paying, I'm going to pay attention. So I purposely pay for professional development and coaching because I'm more likely to execute on the ideas in front of me. I'm more likely to show up for the meeting, fulfill the plan, do the blueprint. And for me, that creates accountability. Number four is a big one, just-in-time learning. When you are focused on one big goal that you want to accomplish for the day, the week, the month, learn for that topic instead of getting a bunch of additional information that has nothing to do with what you're trying to learn right now. So for me right now, I focus on content that's going to teach me, show me, guide me on scaling my company, building my team, and becoming a better coach for my staff. That's what I focus on right now. And number five, I need to get excited, lit up, or can't wait to open it, read it, listen to it, or watch it, or it's out. I want that list of development, exciting things to light me on fire. So I'm not going to lie. If I start listening to an audiobook and within the first 30 minutes I'm bored, I'm done. It has to be an excitement and a joy and a passion in order for me to move forward on it. So here's the thing. Go ahead and declutter the space. I hope this was helpful for you so that you could get information in real time to help you moving forward without feeling overwhelmed or the shiny object overdose. Because remember, my friend, you were made to thrive.
I love it. Sara was trying to accuse Mia being the shiny object person, but I was too busy playing with all the different camera angles, so I couldn't focus on what she was trying to say there. I was focusing on Kim Walsh Phillips and getting her in the right spots and the right lighting. But no, it's so true, right? It's so easy, especially now we're living in this world of distractions, notifications, emails, social media platforms, Clubhouse, all the distractions are everywhere. And if we don't get laser focused, I think you're 100% spot on. Laser focused with the things that really energize us, that are exciting, that are moving us forward. It can be difficult out there. Kim, just to give everybody an idea, company wise, like how big is your company now that you've built?
We have 8 full-time staff on team, so a small team. It has double the profit that I did in my company that had 18 staff, with more revenue and more profit. So we always want to look at that top line vanity metric, but the real one that matters is that bottom line sanity metric. That is the profit you are pulling out of your business every single week, all year long, and a number that you want to make sure you are tracking always.
And we're talking about a business that's like a 10,000 a year business, 100,000 a year business. And me, come on, Kim Walsh, flex a little bit here. How big's this company of yours?
Yeah, we have an 8-figure company.
Woo! 8 figures, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. Kim Walsh Phillips, thank you so much for what you just brought to hashtag Rise and Grind. What do you guys think about Kim and her 8-figure business? You guys good with that?
Oh my gosh,
Incredible.
when Kim said you don't go to Starbucks and ask them to fix your car, like that's the thing about Kim Walsh Phillips. She just drops these moments of knowledge in. I mean, you already know I'm one of your biggest fans. And Glenn Lundy, I was just teasing you. That's just everyone knows. We just tease each other. I'm not saying he has shiny object obsession or whatever the other O was.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Kim, you are amazing. Thanks for jumping in with us here today on hashtag Rise and Grind. Will you come back again? Can we have you back again sometime? I'd love to have you.
I would absolutely love to. The one quick thing, though, is that last week when I was about to be on, you had no video. This week you had a snafu. So we're going to have a quick chat with God and make sure that this is not a recurring moment of me coming on air. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Well, we got you today. Everybody connect with Kim Walsh Phillips. You can search for her. She's everywhere. She's amazing. Kim, thank you so much for being here with us on hashtag Rise and Grind. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with us here today. It's been an interesting one. I was thinking I could give hopefully one last little shot before we go on the road. So I want you guys to see. Hopefully this will work and you guys can see out here. You guys see the ocean out there? It's beautiful, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning. You see it? I hope you can see it right there. There it is. That's the view that we got here at this incredible hotel this morning. So wish me some luck. I'm going to be hanging out speaking with these amazing realtors. And then I will see you back here tomorrow morning. We're actually going to go to Clubhouse now. That's right. We're going to go to Clubhouse. We're going to hang out over in Clubhouse. We're going to talk more about some of these things we've been talking about. So meet us over on Clubhouse. And then I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We'll do it all over again here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have a great day.
That was incredible. Kim Walsh Phillips, I'm so excited that you